Hello, Mr. Gray. Your camera's on, I think. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. All right, so you're early. Who is that? That's a familiar face. Oh, now I gotta fix the microphone, but it's good seeing you, dude. Is he in school too, or what is he doing? Okay, the thumbs up. You gotta work on that, man. We about to do our norms, and I see you, sir. Good to see you in good health. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of them over there. Okay, great. We got a lot to do. You want to get your screen set up and get ready for class. So I think you should be straight. I don't know if you can get the points for the do now because you're not able to talk to get your stuff fixed. Because pretty soon we're gonna have presentations and you're gonna need a microphone. Great. All right, so we got about, let's see how much time we got before we start. Okay, good. About 4 minutes before we begin. Okay. Okay, he got the screen sharing work. That's great, Mr. Gray. You're gonna need that later on today. Uh, okay, here we go. Make sure you guys can see everything. Did you see my mic? I can't see your mic, but I want to hear you through your microphone. It says you're muted. All right, so a couple more minutes, and I'm gonna pretty much be starting another 10-minute timer. We're gonna jump into today's assignment. Let me get ready to take attendance in a moment. Where's my attendance screen? Oh, okay, attendance list. See, period fifth. That's what we're in. Attendance. Okay, there we go. Got that ready. All right. Okay, got it. All right. All right. So the next clock is for 10 minutes. I'm going to put 10 minutes on the clock. This gives people time to get in the room, and then we're going to start the assignment. Basically, the other clock is how many minutes you were early. So the last 10 minutes, you should be using this time again to create one side of your screen for your Google document, and the other side of your screen for ESB, so you can follow along. Okay, another person's coming in the room. Okay, who's this? Miss Smith, welcome to class. Thank you for having your camera on. Please keep it on the duration of class. You should be using this time to set up your screen. This is the grace period for students to get here. We have a lot to do, so use this time to set up your Google Doc, log into EDSB, and we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. We're going to be actually putting in an image from a simulation about electric fields. So set up everything so you can follow along and not fall behind. Mr. Gray, are you okay over there? Are you all right, dude? You shaking your hands like no. Oh, all right, okay. Who's this coming here? Okay. Like, what is he doing? Um, okay, Shamar Davis has arrived. Okay. Oh, a lot of these guys are making it before the buzzer. Okay. Mr. Davis's camera's on. Thank you, sir. Need you to keep that on for the duration of class. All right. Now, everybody that's saying my mic is not on, I got to contact Irvin because you need to use your microphone, guys. So try to fix that. Me and the staff, we had a meeting about these microphones and cameras not working and not being on. It's going to make us have to call your parents. So you don't want that. I know y'all pretty smart. Fix what's not working. Mr. Perry's here. I can see him. Okay. So we got 7 minutes before we start. You should have your laptop. I prefer a laptop, a computer. Please do not try to do this work on a phone. I can't really help you out if you're trying to do your work on your phone. You have to use a computer. You guys are all in high school and we have to train you to be professional. So no more phone stuff, because if you continue to do that, it's going to be hard for me to get you a grade, especially since you don't have access. I have no laptop at the moment. I know, but you're going to have to try to work with that phone and get as much done, Shamar. And you should be working on the laptop with them already. If not, I think they said they're soon to be having more laptops to help you guys out with, I think. So just work with it, but you got to stay in class the whole time. And the app I'm going to share with you guys today, you can, in fact, use it on your phone, but prefer you using your laptop so you can put the image inside of your Google Doc for today's assignment. All right, let's take a look at how many students we have in the room. Okay, Gray, Smith, Davis, Perry. Let me do the attendance real quick. All right, so Miss Archie, Kanaja Archie is not present. Adam Bagardo is not present. Khalees Bailey is not present. Claudia Benevente is not present. Angelina Bravo is not present. Michael Brown is not present. Brian Bustamante is not present. Christopher Clark is not present. David Curry is not present. We got another student coming to the two. Jamar Davis is not present. Shamar Davis is on the phone and present. Okay, now who just walked in? Okay, I see. Now, Miss Smith, you're on here twice. I don't understand. Okay. Oh, all right. Let's see here. Who just
I know, because my computer's gonna die.
Oh, okay. All right. As long as you stay with us. Now, who's finna get off? Who is that said that? Okay, let me go back to the attendance here. So I know Shamar's here. Do I have Courtney Dixon here? No, I don't see Courtney yet. Edward is here. I can see him there. Chris Flores is not present. Jontes Goss is not present. Jarrell Gray is present. Autumn Hall is present. Paris Hall is not present. Micaiah Kennard, not present. Leah Mims, not present. Sherrod Perry, present. Hector Sanchez, not present. Royale Smith, present. Jalen Stuckey, not present. India Tyler, not present. Martine Valencia, not present. Mark Weber, not present. And Davion Williams, not present. Let's make sure this updates. Okay. I think I got everybody. Yeah, it looked like it did it right. All right, so 4 more minutes. Again, I was just taking attendance. Your cameras need to stay on the entire time for class. I had last period one student I had to eject, and it's because they couldn't turn on their camera or they wasn't responding. If I'm calling on you and you don't know how to respond in the chat, use your microphone, and you especially don't have on your camera, I will remove you and it will go against your attendance. Now you can, we can discuss it the next day, but do know these are not my rules. It's just because we have students who are not actually paying attention in class. We have to make sure we're doing everything we can to get you guys to succeed. And that includes monitoring whether or not you're, participating in class. Okay, so let me see here. We got 3 more minutes and we're gonna start. You want to be setting your screens up. Make sure you're logging to Edsby and your Google Doc. The way you want to set your document up is like this. And this is from third period, but it's pretty much the same format. You guys are going to stay put, not third period, but for fifth, right? So let me make a copy of this information. I'm going to take a new document. And the first thing we want is our header, right? So I'm going to take the header, and then we got to also name the document. Let's not forget about that. So while you're waiting, you could be doing this. There's no such thing as lost time. So this is the same class, but you guys are the next period of Intro to Engineering, and this is fifth period. So you're going to name it, your name, the period. There's Miss Kennard. Welcome to class. You got to keep your camera on there. So let me turn on my multi-screen so I can see all you wonderful people. Okay. So now, okay, yeah, I still don't see all your cameras, but I'm going to come back to that. Let me do this. All right. So now what we want to do is put the title. I'm just giving you a head start before okay, somebody else is coming in the room. So the title of today's assignment is inside of Esby, but it's force field, right? And as soon as the timers expire, I'm gonna put some links and I'll put some different things in the chat for you. We're coming to that point where we gotta do our norms. And if you say the norms, that's included in your participation points. So if your mic's not working, it's hard to get your participation points. I suggest you fix your microphone. Otherwise, it's gonna be hard to pass this class when you need to talk. I'm taking force and I'm putting it in my new document, and that's the title for today. Don't forget to name your document, due now, like we usually do, and today's date, the 22nd of this month, 2020. All right. So you should have this much at least ready to go to get the assignment completed. Logged into Edsby, got your Google Docs set up, and you're ready to begin instruction. So we got about a minute left. And then let me redo attendance because some more students just came in here. We have who? Let me do my people version. Where is it? No, that is actually the chat log. Here we go. Okay. Now let's see who's in class. We have Autumn. Who's new? Mr. Martin came in. All right. Mr. Valencia is here. Kennard, she arrived. And let's see, scroll down. Smith has been here. Okay, so you're just missing a few other people. All right, pretty good, guys. You guys are rocking it out as a team. And hopefully we can finish this quarter off strong. I got Edward, right? Yeah. Okay. Let me share this with the office. Okay, so 30 seconds. We're going to go into our norms. I'm be calling you one-on-one. This is the check sound, and I check these videos later at night to see how I can teach better and make sure there are ways to get you guys to understand the concepts better. because I'll be listening to your responses and stuff. Okay, so we're gonna go through. Where's the norms at? These norms. I'll make sure I expand the screen so you can see everything. And these are the Camelot norms we usually go through. Okay, let me stop this. Okay, there we go. All right, so one at a time, I'm gonna call on you. Let me turn on. No one has. Okay, great. You that was okay. I could work with you on that. You already did it. You knew what I was going to ask you to do. Was he first in my list? He wasn't, but okay. Autumn was actually supposed to go first. Number two, Autumn Hall. Can you read it, please? He figured out how to respond. I'll give you points for that.
Education in the classroom are sacred.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Edward, are you there? Can you read number three, please?
We will never behave in a way to discredit ourselves, our school, or our family.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Gray, you already did it, but who's next? Mr. Martin. This is a check-in to see if you're there. Can you read number four? Mr. Valencia, you're there.
Yeah, at Excel Academy, a Southwest student is always a lady or gentleman.
Thank you, sir. Miss Kennard, can you read number five? Miss Kennard, are you there? Oh, I see your microphone. Thank you, Miss Kennard. Let's keep going, everybody. Who's next? Miss Smith, can you read number one? Royale Smith, your microphone's off. You there? Oh, you got two devices. You got to mute one and then unmute the other. Okay, can you read what was it? Number one, I think, right?
Hold on, wait, I gotta go to it. Number one, we respect the opinions of others.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Davis. Okay. What did he do? We respect the okay, Gray, you jumped out there. All right, I appreciate that, sir. The courage and initiative. Shamar Davis, can you read number three?
We are attentive and participate.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I heard you loud and clear, sir. It was affirmative. Sherrod Perry, number four. Mr. Perry, are you there? Uh-oh. Okay, I'm going to come back to you. That was the first call out to you, man. All right, Perry. Let's go back to the top. Finish this off with number four.
I'm right here.
Oh, okay. Hey, brother, I'm just saying. Go ahead. Can you read number four?
Hold on, I'm trying to get back to your screen.
Huh? I'm going to have to come back to you because we got only so much time, Mr. Perry. So,
All right, go ahead.
okay, yeah. Let's see here. Autumn, can you read number four, please?
We have high expectations of ourselves, our peers, and our teachers.
Thank you. And Edward, can you read number five?
We are here to focus on preparing ourselves for post-secondary debtors.
Yes, we are. Thank you, sir. All right, so everybody should have their screens resized, locked and loaded and ready to begin instruction, right? All we have to do is log in to EDSV, and if you look in, I think we're fifth period, you have, of course, the login link to the room, so you should get familiar with that. If I were you, I would bookmark this room, so there's no more, Ms. Tyler, I can't find the room. I'm not changing this room assignment for the rest of the year, you guys, so there's no reason to get confused or lost. Just bookmark it on your computer, okay? Next, today's assignment. So we're going to go through this agenda. There's a simulation we're going to do on electric fields, so you get an understanding of what you're calculating in this problem. But first, let's go through the formalities. I'm going to call on you guys one at a time because when we tried Type Me, and I tried, some people were too scared to read. So in order to get certain points boosted up, if you go on your grades, you'll notice there are certain zeros that became 50s and somebody else is coming in the room. And that's because you guys participated in class. So I already started putting those points that you earned in class into your grade books. But it's up to you to keep on getting those points and help yourself out. Now, who's this? Oh, Courtney. Okay. Let me mark Courtney present now. Dixon, there he is. Welcome to class, Courtney. Try to catch up. We have already started our document and everything. We're about to need someone to read. I'll see who's I can get to read this question. not this question, this statement. So first part I need someone to read for 10 points is this. Yeah, turn on your microphone and read it to the class. Let's see here. Let me try to get Mr. Perry to read that there. So start with hello and read down in the chat.
Hello,
Hello,
all future electrical engineers. Damn, that's loud. Synchronous completed and ready to present tomorrow in class. Oh, we got presentations. Asynchronous problems have to be completed as homework and will be checked tomorrow in class as well.
Yeah.
Did I get all that?
But to answer your question, sir, we've been doing that since last week. All right. And Courtney, thanks for almost stepping up, but you gotta get a brother a chance. And Courtney ain't playing. All right. So the next one, since Courtney was about to jump in there, can you just go ahead and handle this one, Courtney?
Oh, late on the way.
Start with please and then go down. You see it in the chat? Uh-oh. So Courtney, are you there? Can you read it? You're muted, so I can't hear nothing.
what part you want to get the maximum credit? All calculations and steps for the final answers to the synchronous and asynchronous problems need to be uploaded to SB via the same format that we have been using since the start of the quarter. This format is shown in the video. Stay safe out there and Zen.
Thank you, sir. All right, so and that was about 10 points. Okay, let's go. Let's figure out what's up with Perry's microphone. So Perry, mute yourself for a moment because I'm getting feedback from your house or something. All right, there we go. Help them out. Okay, so you can unmute yourself when you're ready to contribute. But let me go to Autumn Hall. I want to have her read the question for today. And it's 2 questions, but we're just going to focus on the first one. And the second question, if you notice, it's identical. It just changed values. These practice questions are going to help you on quiz days. Hint, hint, Friday is approaching us. So here's a question. Autumn Hall, can you please read what's in the chat?
In a certain region of space, a uniform of electric field has a magnitude of 4.60 times 4 to the second, 10 to the fourth power newtons per coulombs and points, and the positive at times direction. Find the magnitude and the direction of the force this field exerts on a charge of A plus 2.80 microcoulombs and B negative 9.30 microcoulombs.
Thank you, Ms. Hall. Okay, so basically, we need to take this problem. I just had Autumn read, and she got about 20 points for that. It's nice. There's a lot to read, right? Uh-oh, Smith, I hope she comes back. So let's put this in our Google Doc right now. So I just copied it, and I come over to my Google Doc, and I hold down Control and press V.
I just get 20 points.
I'm sorry?
Did I just get 20 points for reading?
Who was that, Perry? Okay, I can't hear him. So I guess you'll come back when you're ready to say what you was going to say, Perry. So let's zoom in here.
Oh.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. You have a question or no?
Did I get 20 points for reading? Yeah, I said, did I get 20 points for reading?
No, you got 10 because it was not as much to read there. She had a lot to read there. Okay, so you make sure you copy this problem over to your Google Doc, right? And then what you want to do is you want to look at coming down at least 2 steps because we have a simulation we're going to do. So I just entered twice. You guys are going to have to follow some notes in this equation here. Now, I'm going to put the notes in the chat because I want you to have some time to get your, these are the notes you need, but I'm going to put it in the chat so you can, use it. But you really need to understand what electric field is. Let me put this in the chat so you can use it. But you got to type it the same way I typed it up. I mean, subscripts and superscripts. So here's some calculations. And there's some, basically how the electric field works. The electric field E is equivalent to the force, which is in newtons, on a positive charge. And we're going to be looking at positive charges. You're going to be creating something like this with me in a moment. I'm going to give you a link to do it. But you got to put the image in Google Docs after you make the image, of course, a simulation. So the force on a positive charge, F, is divided by the Q naught. And to make this Q naught, because a few students last period asked this, I'm going to take care of it now. If I want to make Q naught, I put a Q, lowercase q, and then 0. Now in physics, a naught means initial. So Q naught, I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to come to format and bring it down to subscript. So you get exactly what I have. If you copy this from the chat, it'll say Q0. That's actually Q naught. Just make it what it should be in all steps. The next thing is, and I wanted to flesh this out some more, is this is being divided by. So if you want to get this equation here, you just have to do some algebra to make it, a reality. And for our problem, we're asking about the force that is exerted on this charge. So I'm going to take one moment to go through the calculations with you on how we got that step. Then we're going to do the simulation, put it in our Google Doc, and then we'll see if we have time to go through the problem. We should have time to go through the problem. I'm hoping we have time to give you like a 5-minute break, but we'll see how it goes. So I gave you those 2 notes, but the notes that go in between those 2 is the algebra steps. And here they are. So I'm going to take this here and bring it down 1, put this here. Now what I want to do is solve for force. To solve for force, all I need to do is this one step. I'm going to put in parentheses because I want to multiply everything on this side of the equation by the amount of charge. Okay, so that goes there. And I want to shrink it down some so it's better in terms of visibility. Okay, so that didn't work out. But outside of it, you're going to multiply it by this Q naught or amount of charge. Copy that, come here, we're going to multiply it by this. This is going to allow some things to cancel out. What you do to one side, you got to do to the other. So over here by the E field, I'm going to be multiplying that same amount of charge. So I'll put that here. And now that it's amount of charge inside of it, did it go? Let's see here. Oh, it went up top. Okay, let me clean that up. That's not where I wanted you to go. There we go. Come here. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's because it's going to do this. Did I do it? Yep. There we go. So this is your new equation. I'll put this in the chat so you'll have it. But this is the algebra step in between what happens to it. Now I'm going to cross some things out and show you what's revealed. But basically, it is the equation you have below. Okay? Now, you have that in there. We still have to do our simulation. And to do the calculation, we're only going to need this equation. But you need that one part of notes to do the algebra in between. So I'm going to underline this because we got to use this for the problem, but now for our simulation. So what do I mean by simulation? Let me put a tool you can use in the chat. And let me grab it. Okay. And here, so I want you to take a moment and click on the link in the chat so you can get to this application. So take a moment because we're about to start making our simulation to put into the diagram. Remember, in my diagram or in my Google Doc, I had, where is it at? That's the part of your score you need. So in my diagram, I had this simulation. And this is what you have to recreate using that link. So you should click on this link so you can follow what I'm about to do next so you can recreate your simulation. So you open the link up and it should come on a black screen like I have here. So next, we're going to take out some charges, right? Take out a negative charge and a plus charge. Now you got to have the electric field on to see how these charges interact with each other. And we're walking away from work, power, and things like that into energy in terms of electricity, because you guys are engineering students or electrical engineers. You got to understand there's an E field around most things. Next, you got to make sure voltage is selected to give it electricity, right? Notice the difference. That's another value you have to have on. Then you need the values. How much voltage is here? Now notice you can't see the voltage values until you bring on a sensor. Depending upon where the sensor is in the E field, it tells you how much voltage and how many degrees that voltage is coming from. So two sensors, all right? So you can measure the E field with the sensors. If you can see, this one is 9.77, and I think that's volts per meter. And this one's 6.54 volts per meter. Now that you have that, the last thing is the grid. And this device here called equal potential or of equal potential. And that has a certain voltage amount. Try to put this right in the center somewhere. Again, last period students were worried about where to put these sensors at, but all they had to do is just put it where they could see a good amount of voltage in the electric field. And if you're not sure what the electric field is, you can turn on direction only and see the entire electric field for both. So what do you need to take a snapshot of? Electric field turned on, voltage, values, grid. You can have the ruler out here if you want to, but you're not really scored for that. But everything else, yeah, it has to be here in this format as close as possible to what you can, represent that I've done. Now, screenshots. How do we take a snapshot of this and put it into our Google Doc, right? Well, if you've been following and you set up your diagram correctly, like I have, you come to these three boxes in the corner and click on screenshot. Once you click on screenshot, it's going to download a PNG file. Now, we're going to come back to our Google Doc, and I want to do it here because it's a new document. And this is the part we should have had the other notes, but you understand what goes there. And all I got to do is hold Control and press V. Oh, I'm sorry, not Control V. That's an image. 1 second. No, I can't talk to you right now. All right, so you go to Insert and come to Image, and there's this option for uploading to computer. You click on that. Okay, it should open another menu box with it, which it did. And this is pretty much what I downloaded a moment ago. It's part 2 of it. So I click on that, I select it, and hit open. Once that's done, I have a snapshot of my work in my document. Okay, so let's see, how are we doing on time? It's 3:09. You need to have about this much. Let me show you exactly how much you're supposed to have included in your document, because now we're about to go through the problem, and it's only a few more steps, right? So take a few minutes to get this much done, and I'm going to move on explaining the rest of the steps you need to complete this problem. Let's do a check and see who's in the screen and who's out of the screen. Okay. Some people are in the screen, some people out. Where's your camera?
Tyler, my phone at 1%.
Who's that, Davis? What
Yeah.
happened to your
So
phone?
if it turn off, I'm going to go grab my charger. But if it turn off, I'll join back.
Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, I see Kennard in the screen. Martin, I'm looking at the ceiling. Are you there? All right, so you have 5 minutes. Work on this, and you use this time to run to the bathroom, get a cup of water, because we got a few more steps before we're done. And the sooner we get through with this, the sooner we can get out of class and enjoy our evenings. You do have an asynchronous problem, by the way, and it is very much similar to the first problem. So I'm gonna do part
I don't know how
A.
to do the what's it called on that.
What did you say, Edward?
I don't really know how to do that stuff in the link you just posted.
So, all right, let's share your screen because I can use this time to help you out. Stop presenting. So it's very important. When moving forward, we're going to be taking snapshots of your work. So share your screen, and let's take a look at what happened when you clicked on the link. Okay, you're sharing. Good.
That's what mine did. It was black.
Yeah, it's supposed to be black. So drag out your point charges. Drag out a red one and drag out a blue one. Okay, there you go. And drag out a different one, Edward, the blue one.
So what the red one and the blue one?
Say what? So you're trying to make the same image that I had on the screen. These are charges, and in the problem, they're called point charges. So we're looking at what happens in an electrical field, Edward. You also need sensors. So let me share my screen again so you can see what you're trying to recreate. You need your two sensors.
We need to create it exactly like yours.
Well, not exactly, but close, right? So it doesn't have to be exactly, but it has to be the same elements. So let me share my screen again so you can see that.
Oh,
So I was telling you. So it has to be. You should see something coming up. There it goes. All right. So just like I have here, need 2 and 2 because we're trying to make a opposing E field. When you look at refrigerators, how AC machines work, they have inductor systems, and it's because of opposing forces. So you can have the meter here. Go ahead.
Can you view us on the screen?
Oh, you want to see it like in the real time? Okay. Let me bring this over here for you. You talking about this?
Yeah.
So all I did is I just moved this somewhere in this region and move this somewhere in this region. And all I'm saying is you need 2 of these, right? I'm going from the previous image, right? So we got 2 of these, and then we got 2 of those. So let me come here. Okay, I gotta drag it over. There we go. So this one goes with this, right? And then this one needs a blue one, right? And then you see this reciprocation or this ripple that's representing an opposing field. That's why like it's repelling or something. It's showing you an E field. So you have to have this much set up, Edward. Not much. And then you go to. So when do you have it set up though? Okay, so when you get that set up, you need to then click on this to get a screenshot. And now let you download it and put it into your Google Doc. Take your time with that. Okay, Shamar came back. Edward, mute your mic, sir. You got background noise. Thank you, sir. All right, so we're going to jump into the problem. Do not panic on that. It's something you can practice and get right. And that is a free software that you can always access online. But we still got to knock out this problem of ours. Okay, so let's come back to that. And let's do this. So the next parts of code that you need. Yes, I know. I'm just getting the screen ready for them. Thank you. So the next part of code we need is we should have this screenshot in our Google Doc like I have in mine. And those are the same steps. Remember, you go to Insert, Image, and Upload to Computer. And it'll automatically take that image you downloaded from the screenshot and put it in your document. All right, so you'll come down some more, And now you need some more notes. So here is what we have, and I want to explain it. You can take these notes, but you have to make the notes the same as the way I've done it on the screen. So here you go. So you can read out loud to yourself what it is, but let's talk about it. We talked about electric force earlier being equal to, as a vector, the amount of charge Q naught multiplied by the E field. So amount of charge multiplied by the E field. That's what I'm talking about here. All right. And when that happened, the amount of charge for the force, the force on the positive charge was left by itself because these two would cancel out. The amount of charge in the bottom, Q naught, and Q naught up top. So what do I mean? Right here for you. In case that doesn't make sense, I'm just going to cross out things so you can see exactly what happened. But earlier, I think I put this in the chat for you guys to include in your notes. This allows you to see everything. So you don't have to worry about going and putting it, but I do want you to see what happened when we multiply the amount of charge on both sides. All right, so that's gone. And then you end up with this equation here. Electric force F is equal to. This when you rewrite everything without the crossed out terms. Okay, so let's continue on. I think I gave you the second part of notes. Mr. Tyler, check your Edsby messages. All right, let me take a look here. What is going on? Why am I checking my Edsby messages? I'm trying to get y'all the homework, get y'all the steps y'all need. Let's hear.
How we put the picture in the doc?
The picture in the document.
Yeah, how we put the screenshot in the document?
Oh, okay. Give me. I'm just 1 second. Who is that, Edward?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was trying to check a message from Miss Smith. Okay, I see your message, Miss Smith. Just check the video later and try to finish this workup. All right. If you got, but you got to stay on to that time though, so don't leave early. Edward,
Yeah,
to
I
answer.
know.
Okay. Just let you know. So Edward, to put the document in, I'm assuming you already got the screenshot, right? Okay, you're nodding your head. Good. So you come back to your Google document, Edward. Hit insert. Come down to image. You see what I'm doing? And you come over to upload from computer. Okay. Once you do that, you're going to select the downloaded image that you got in that simulation. It should jump right into your document. Okay. Good way to catch up though. So some more notes, right? Remember, Q naught is written like this. Electrostatic constant is actually a measured term for electricity in all sciences, meaning it's been measured by scientists a long time ago. Yeah, I put that. Okay, yeah, I did put that in there. So the way I want you to write it is in the chat. It says raised to the power 4 at 104. That's not correct. It's going to be 10 raised to the power 4. So don't copy and paste. Make sure it's correct the same way that I'm presenting to you on the screen. All right, so known values. Right, we have known that our E for our electric field, or I'm sorry, our electric field's magnitude is 4.6 times 10 to the raised to the 4th power newtons per coulomb. A known value is vector of force. And I want you to remember, I'm getting these numbers from the above problem. So let's keep going. We have part A where we're doing Q naught. Now Q naught is equal to the 2.8, and to make the character for micro, let me just delete micro and show you how to put it back. It is, you go to insert, special characters, and then what you do is you make sure you select the math, make sure that's selected, and you type micro. And when you do that, it gives you the option to select this little bitty Greek symbol called micro. Now, what does micro mean? Well, if we looked at our tables, we know it means 10 to the negative 6. So instead of writing micro, we want to calculate this. We're going to write it as 2.80 times 10 to the negative 6. All right? And both of these are in coulombs for the charges. So we got all of this from above. Where it says micro, that's actually what it means. Okay. So we have the unknown, which is the vector of force, and some measure of newtons. So we're going to calculate that out. To calculate it out, we will use this equation here that we've been discussing all day. So that's electric force, force vector, is equal to Q naught, which is the amount of charge, multiplied by electric field, E. All right. So next, we have to look at the electric field or force vector, the vector of force for electric field, and the Q naught and the E field, and basically reduce it to a new equation. So that'll be force is equal to the Q naught multiplied by E. All right. So I'm going to take a moment here and give you these notes because we have to also take care of part B, which I'm going to work on part B a little bit with you guys before we get ready to leave. So here's some of the notes. You have to watch the video in case you miss me explaining those notes, because in the chat, they're a little bit jumbled. But if you're following on the screen how my notes are, you should be able to take it from the chat and put it into your doc and edit it so it looks exactly as I have it. All right, so how does this work for part B? I just want to give you a clue on part B so you can give it a try. In part B, it's not the plus 2.80 microcoulombs. It's actually now the negative 9.3 microcoulombs. So how would I approach that if I were you? And you guys had to take care of that because it's the second part of the synchronous problem, the in-class problem. So basically, for my known and unknown values, I can take this section here and copy that, put it here. Now that leaves me with a situation where all I need to do is change 2.8 and replace it with a negative 9.30. And the same is true here because that's the conversion it makes. Now all I got to do is recalculate what the force will be. So I can take all of this, the same calculation, and redo it for the next one. Notice I'm only changing the values from each one. Okay. Now, what changes here is, remember, we're using negative 9.30. I got this from the problem. Don't get confused. Negative 9.30 microcoulombs. That's part A. All up here is part B, right? So part B, let's make sure we keep it clear. And notice the same calculations apply. But it's not going to be this 0.13 newtons. It's going to be something else, and we're going to do that. But let's first clean it up so it matches the problem. So we're using, what did we say again? Negative 9.30. Replacing that there. Same thing here and here. Well, now, what will our new answer be for part B? Well, let's use Symbolab to do that because it's the easiest route. So let me put Symbolab in the chat for you guys so you can see blow for blow how to do it in case you need it for the asynchronous problem tonight. And you guys will have to calculate that on your own, but don't panic. It's the same problem, just different numbers, to make sure you get some practice time with this problem. Because it will show up and haunt you on Friday. So just do yourself a favor. As the staff or Tillery would say, do me a favor. Just try to do the problem on your own. It'll really help you understand it. Can't understand something without practice. All right, so I'm going to Symbolab now. I'm going to calculate this new answer for part B. And that's going to, I'm going to do it slowly, parentheses. So I'm going to keep it together. 9 is negative 9.30 multiplied by 10. Come up here, click on a raise it to a certain power. That's what we have, -6, right? Because that was micro. Press the arrow key over. And then this is going to be what? Multiplied by something else in parentheses. And it's going to be 4.60 times 10. We got to raise that to a power. Come back up here. Click on this here and 4. What happens to that when I hit enter? See what the final answer is. So that becomes a negative 0.43. So the answer to part B is negative 0.43. Okay. So I would really encourage you to go back and check the video out in the beginning of class where we discussed any of the beginning notes. And a lot of students say, I don't understand. You understand because you're not following along. I'm going step for step showing you where these are coming from. And you have to do the same because let's look at, the asynchronous problem. In this case, you got 3.81 microcoulombs and then a negative 7.77 microcoulombs. You would use the same procedure to do this problem. No sweat, but you got to sit down and do it, right? So I want to take a moment to see if there's any questions or do I need to scroll up or scroll down? Because that was the end of the synchronous part. The asynchronous part is due with this part that I gave you guys, parts A and B, with the diagram, and the asynchronous portion done by 8 p.m. tonight. Okay, and that's to get full credit. So let me change the screen and see something. All right, I can see everybody's screens. Edward, what happened to your camera, dude? Okay, is he there? Oh, there you go. There
My
you go.
fault.
Okay. All right. So it's close to 3:30, Miss Smith. I think you needed to head out, right? Trying to see if we can wrap up. Everybody, oh, that's one thing. Everybody knows how to check their grades and they know about the 9-day policy, right? So be sure to stay on top of your grades. You have until Sunday for this week to get maximum credit, right? And if any assignment is not turned in by 8 p.m., it's 20% credit off of it, off the top. All right. So just keep that in mind. Just try to stay on top of all your assignments so you can be successful. What time we got? It's 3:28. Was there something else? There was one other thing I want to talk to you guys about. Here we go. Oh, the video will be available at 4 p.m. And I wanted you to see it's always in the library section of your student portal. So if you missed something or you wasn't by a computer, you need to get by a computer, start the video up, and I'll try to have it in both YouTube fashion and regular recording. So let me click on this so it's clear for you guys. If you see an icon like this means you got to download it. If you see an icon like this, that means it's usually going to be in the form of a YouTube video. If you click on it here, it's going to play. But what you want to do is click on the blue link at the bottom and it'll open up a whole nother tab to start the video. This would help you in case you missed anything from class. And try to make sure these are all finished by 4 p.m. So just check back at that time and try to finish your workup. That's also true for any classes prior. A lot of classes, the YouTube videos are also available. All right, so it's 3:29. I think I've held you guys hostage long enough. Make sure you turn all assignments at 8 p.m. If there's no more questions, I'm going to let you guys go 10 minutes early so you can really enjoy your evening. So is there any questions?
Mr. Tyler,
Mrs. Kennard, go ahead.
what was that little app with like the little laser and stuff? What was
Are you
that?
talking about the link?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the link I put in the chat. So let me put that in the chat again for you. Copy. And let me know if you got it. This is the one you use for your screenshot for your document.
A what?
Remember the app I was using? You said with the laser? That was a sensor, actually. And it looks like this, basically.
They gotta be in the like Google. They gotta be in the
The
home.
Google Doc? Yeah. So you take a screenshot with it. All you got to do is, let me come out of this. Yeah, I know. I'm late for a meeting. All you got to do is come here and click on screenshot once you got this set up.
Okay.
Okay. Once you do that, you can insert it into your Google Doc.
All right.
All right. There any other questions for me? All right, you guys are free to go. Enjoy your evening. See you all tomorrow. You know the time, and 8 p.m. for this assignment. Guys, take care. Let's see who's left. Mr. Perry, you're free to go. Mr. Gray, you're free to go. Probably didn't hear the last statement, huh? All right, take care, guys.